Yo, what's up guys? It's Chicken, and in today's video, I'm going to be discussing the Year 9 Season 2 patch notes that were officially released today on June 20th. Now, I actually did not know that this was going to happen today, so this is kind of a surprise video, but yeah, I'm just going to be going over the patch notes, discussing what has changed in R6 and what you need to know and be ready for. So yeah, if you're interested in this kind of content, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as I do upload daily R6 marketplace and news content. So if you're interested in that, make sure you stick around. But with all of that out of the way, let's get into it. So starting off here, we have the size for each patch. Now, depending on what platform you're playing on, the patch size is going to be different. Now, it is within 400 megabytes between all patch sizes, so it isn't a huge difference. However, if you're on Ubisoft, it's going to be 1.05 gigabytes. Steam is 1.6, Xbox One is 0.8, Series X is 1 gig exactly, PS4 is 1.29 gigs, and PS5 is 887 megabytes. So make sure you have the available storage on your platform or your console to be able to do the update. Getting into the gameplay bugs that they have fixed, the first one is the bug where it would unaim your weapon anytime you would open the scoreboard. So if you press the touchpad or tab based on what platform you're on and you are aiming down sights, your gun would actually completely unaim if you open the scoreboard. Now they have fixed this. This is good. This was a problem that was very frustrating and random. The reflex C reticle is now fixed. It was not centered on the bearing 9. Some people noticed that. Players' movement speed remains reduced if they reload while aiming down sights. I guess that was a problem. Players can eliminate more targets than what's needed in target drill on the cafe map, so there was a problem where even after you got all the targets, it would still keep going, so they fixed that. Claymores reappear after being destroyed by electrified barbed wire, so I guess if people were placing claymores on electrified barbed wire and it was disappearing, so a bunch of random stuff that not everybody noticed on the day-to-day experience. Next, we have some simple fixes to the maps, so you can no longer hide your drone in the second floor elevator shaft on Bank. You are able to navigate on top of an invisible collision located on Docks Bridge on Canal in the spawn. You can no longer do that. There were flickering textures that were present near ledges and certain objects, so coloring and like brightness of the map was off on some maps. They fixed that. The gray carpets were difficult to destroy on Cafe and third floor. They fixed that, so now they're like regular carpets or tarps. You can just destroy them. And lastly, the gray carpets were not able to be destroyed in the pink room on House, and now that's fixed. So I don't know who finds these bugs or how the devs learn about them, but it is definitely cool that they're fixing small stuff like this, because it gives me hope for the future that they might fix actually important things. Next up, we've got the operators. Now, this is the biggest change, in my opinion, in the entire game. Recently, players found something called ram riding, which if you've played Fortnite is very similar to rocket riding, where you throw a ram drone in the sky and your teammate would run across it as if it was a ledge or a bridge that they could access, and it would allow them to get into places that were not intended. So people actually were finding spots with this new ram riding glitch where you could get into parts of maps that you could never actually get to before, and it was super cool. It was super fun, and typical Ubisoft likes to go ahead and remove anything fun or worthy in their game, because Ubisoft only likes cheaters and bad things in their game, so they of course are going to take out the funness. So you can no longer ram ride. Players can no longer use Ram's BUGI auto breacher to reach unintended areas. That is an absolute gut punch to so many people, and it is very frustrating in my opinion. This one is another big one. Sense's gadget apparently was bulletproof when it was thrown, so they fixed that. You can now shoot through it again, you can throw stuff through it again. And lastly, for the operators, they fixed the fact that Flores's RCE charge loses connection if any elimination is displayed while using the drone. So if you were using a Flores drone and someone on the enemy team or your team was eliminated in the kill feed in the top right, it would actually kick you off of the drone wherever it was at. So another random glitch that somehow got added into the new season of no new content. But yeah, as you guys can tell, this season is very frustrating for a lot of people, and I'm trying to stay positive about it, but it's very hard when they give us very little to be positive about. Anyways, moving on, we have the user experience. So this is going to be all of the glitches that were affecting players and stuff like that. So the operator voucher was missing in the battle pass. The entire reason that we're not getting a new operator is because of the recruits. So Ubisoft went ahead and gave us an extra bonus of giving us 600 credits because there's no new operator. So if you had every operator, you could just get these free 600 credits in replace of not getting an operator for the battle pass. However, typical Ubisoft, that didn't work properly, so nobody got those credits or actually knew how to redeem them. So the operator voucher is missing from the new battle pass. I don't know how they fixed it. I will check it out in game, but yeah, they fixed that. SEC and single shot labels were overlapping other text and the detailed weapon stats. That's just a random thing. Tutorial rewards would appear twice instead of once. They changed that. Content would disappear when backing out of rewards under the battle pass tab, so people were just losing items apparently. There was random placeholder text in the headlines of the live version of the patch notes page, so they fixed that. Default attachment skins can be added to favorites through operator album. They made it to where you can finally do that. The scroll wheel with the mouse was unavailable during multiple customization menus. I actually experienced this one a lot when I would try to do anything that required scrolling in the game. You couldn't scroll, so you would physically have to take your mouse and grab the bar on the side and scroll up and down that way, and it's stupid. You should just be able to scroll. There were some people who were not receiving their 10% discount for the alpha packs. They fixed that. They fixed the boot camp universal attachment skin. It was unavailable for some weapons and now it's available for everything again. A voucher is waiting model is displayed near the end of the season when all operators have been unlocked. So now I think this is how we'll redeem those credits I was referring to earlier. Some shield skins were missing from bundle content under the shop tab in game, so there was a lot of shield skins that were kind of glitched and you couldn't buy in the R6 shop. They fixed that. Lifeblood flower, this is actually a really nice attachment skin. It wasn't available for Glaz's gun. They made it to where it's fixed, and just a bunch of UI issues, so like the HUD and text and stuff like that. So that's everything for user experience. It's kind of complicated because they don't really explain in detail what was happening for these things to occur. But anyways, lastly, we've got audio. So there was a bug where there was a sound effect for firing weapons that would persist even after the end of the round. This was a very annoying one because the player physically had to restart the entire game. And if you know PC, it takes at least 5 minutes minimum to restart your entire R6 game. So that was very frustrating. And finally, the weapon firing sound effects infinitely loops when an operator is eliminated while down. So if someone was down and then eliminated, the gun that killed them would persist infinitely, but they fixed that as well. Overall, a lot of random fixes, nothing too important, nothing too special. Hopefully the marketplace releasing in a couple days will make up for the fact that we've gotten little to nothing good this season, not to mention all of the bad, like all of these bugs and problems. And it's just baffling to me how Ubisoft can consistently every season screw things up beyond belief. I don't know how a multi-billion-dollar company is capable of that consistently, but Ubisoft never fails to disappoint. So I'm sorry it's kind of a negative connotation to this video, but once Ubisoft gives us something positive, we can be positive. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all of the support. My name is Stricken. Peace.